old pump draw water from the ground?
It creates a vacuum inside the cylinder by manual pumping, which pulls the groundwater up through the pipe.
Can this machine move a whole tree without damaging its roots?
Yes, the blades dig deep into the ground to scoop out the entire root ball, allowing the tree to be replanted safely elsewhere.
Is it difficult for this machine to bend hard metal wires?
Not at all. The machine uses high torque gears and precise computer control to bend the wire into perfect spring shapes instantly.
Why is the material turning white and smoky during the process?
The high-speed friction between the cutting tool and the plastic creates heat, shaving off tiny layers to achieve a smooth surface.
How can this machine cut thick metal so quickly and neatly?
It uses a high-speed saw blade and hydraulic pressure to slice through the metal, while water spray keeps it cool to ensure a clean cut.
Is it safe for a machine to peel mangoes of different sizes?
Yes, the machine uses flexible sensors and blades that adjust to the mango's size and shape, ensuring the skin is removed without wasting the fruit.
What is this robot doing?
This robot is automatically cleaning the floors in a pedestrian area using navigation sensors.
Is this old power machine still working?
Yes, this classic steam generator is still operating with very precise mechanical movements.
How is this car assembled in the factory?
The car body is joined with the chassis and engine automatically using advanced robotic systems.
What is this large machine used for?
This is a mobile crusher used to break down large rocks into gravel for construction materials.
Why are the cuts so neat?
Because this machine uses a powerful laser beam to hole and cut the iron pipes with high accuracy.
How is this iron plate bent so perfectly?
The iron plate is placed on a die and then pressed by a hydraulic machine to form the desired angle.
What is this machine assembling?
This machine is inserting small steel balls into a ring to create ball bearings.
How can this large pipe bend without breaking?
A hot iron ball is pressed into the pipe to create a perfect curve or elbow joint.
What is coming out of that molding machine?
This machine is processing soft material like clay or industrial dough into a solid block shape.
What is the machine doing with that red liquid?
It is pouring liquid plastic into a mold to create a solid circular component.
What is the purpose of this wooden wheel in the forest?
It uses the flow of the stream to generate mechanical energy for traditional tasks like grinding or sawing.
How does a flat sheet of metal turn into a diamond-shaped mesh?
The machine shears and stretches the metal simultaneously to create an expanded mesh pattern.
Why are those those metal discs moving so fast through the press?
The machine is stamping out precise shapes from sheet metal to mass-produce industrial parts.
How are glass bottles shaped so perfectly?
Molten glass is blown into a precise metal mold while the machine rotates it to ensure a smooth, uniform finish.
What happens to the glowing metal cylinder under the hydraulic press?
The intense pressure from the machine forces the superheated metal into a specific industrial part.
Is it hard to bend those thick steel rods?
Not for this machine. It uses a rotating mechanism to bend multiple steel rebars into perfect square frames for construction.
Why is that intense flame being passed over the rusty steel rods?
It is a descaling process where the high heat causes the rust to expand and flake off, leaving the metal surface clean.
How does this machine make such detailed patterns?
It uses a high-speed rotating bit guided by a computer to carve intricate designs into the wood automatically.
Why does the road roller have a sharp disc on its side?
The disc acts as a cutter to create a clean, straight edge on the new asphalt for a perfect finish.
Why is there liquid spraying while cutting the metal?
That is a coolant used to prevent the tools and the metal from overheating during the high-pressure milling process.
How are the back pockets and designs on jeans made so perfectly?
With automated sewing machines for the pockets and precision lasers to create the patterns.
How does a square block of wood turn into a smooth, round pole?
It goes through a wood rounding machine that shaves it down instantly.
How do they make the curved edges of a car's wheel rim?
A metal spinning machine presses and rolls the metal into the perfect circular shape.
How is heavy industrial metal shaped while glowing red hot?
A high-pressure, hydraulic forge presses it into a mold with incredible force.
How is miles of steel wire produced so quickly?
Hot steel rods are extruded and coiled continuously through a high-speed cooling line.
How is a solid metal rod transformed into a complex threaded industrial part?
A high-precision CNC lathe carves, drills, and threads the metal with incredible speed and accuracy.
How are thousands of eggs cracked and separated in food factories every hour?
Automated cracking machines use mechanical arms to gently break shells and separate yolks from whites.
How does a frozen ice cream bar get its smooth chocolate coating?
The bars are dipped into a pool of liquid chocolate and instantly cooled to create a crunchy shell.
How are these beautiful chocolate-topped cookies produced so uniformly?
Precision nozzles dispense the filling on a moving conveyor before they are drizzled with chocolate.
How are internal threads created inside a metal wheel or part?
A tapping tool rotates into the hole, cutting the metal to create a perfect spiral path for bolts.
How is a hat perfectly shaped?
It uses a steam pressing machine to flatten the fabric and lock its form.
How do instant noodles get their round shape?
The noodles are dropped into circular molds and then pressed to stay compact.
Can we make curved concrete blocks easily?
Yes, this portable machine molds and vibrates the mixture into a perfect curve.
Is there a robot that can build a wall?
Yes, this robotic arm precisely places each block to create a sturdy structure.
How to connect pipes without welding or heat?
Use this threading tool on a drill to create perfect threads for a tight, leak-free connection.
How are intricate patterns carved on small beads?
A high-speed CNC machine precisely drills and carves the beads while they rotate.
How is a cardboard cat scratcher made?
A machine winds layers of corrugated cardboard tightly around a mold to form a sturdy bed.
How are flip-flops assembled so quickly?
After the soles are cut and punched, a manual press tool is used to snap the straps into place.
Can a machine crush a thick metal barrel?
Yes, these heavy-duty industrial shredders can easily tear through steel drums and gas tanks.
How do these robotic arms work so fast?
They are programmed with high precision to assemble heavy components in seconds.
How many cans can this machine pack in a minute?
This automated system can process hundreds of cans, perfectly boxed and ready to ship.
Is every bottle filled with the exact same amount?
Yes, the automated sensors ensure each bottle is filled and capped perfectly every time.
How does the dough stay so uniform after being cut?
These rolling blades slice the dough into even strips for consistent food production.
Why are all bread slices exactly the same thickness?
The high-speed slicer cuts through the entire loaf instantly for a perfect finish.
How does it make those perfect steps?
The cutting tool follows a programmed path to shave off layers, creating a precise tapered step design.
Can you machine clear acrylic like metal?
Yes, this lathe is carving a spiral pattern inside a transparent acrylic rod with high speed.
How does this machine create such a smooth, rounded shape?
A high-precision CNC lathe spins the metal at high speed, while a sharp tool shapes it into a perfect sphere.
Why is the cutter moving back and forth?
It's a milling process to create a flat slot or groove on a small metal part.
Is that a custom drill bit being made?
Correct. The machine is grinding deep helical grooves to create a high-performance cutting tool.
What is happening to that big metal tank?
It is being dipped into a special chemical bath to clean off all the welding marks and stains, making it look shiny and new again.
How does the artisan make such a perfect smooth edge on the wood?
By using a specialized router guide tool that allows the machine to follow the outline perfectly without making any mistakes.
How does this machine shape the food into perfect little balls?
The dough passes through twin spinning rollers with round molds, automatically cutting and shaping them into even spheres.
Is that powerful machine blasting through those massive rocks?
Yes, it's a hydraulic rock splitter that uses immense pressure to smoothly crack and separate huge boulders in seconds.
How is that red-hot metal hook attached to the heavy chain?
The machine bends the heated metal into a U-shape, hooks it through the last link, and then presses it closed to secure the chain.
What is this smart machine doing?
It automatically tosses and cooks everything from fresh fish to fried rice and shrimp perfectly.
How is a modern kitchen sink manufactured?
Raw material blocks are placed into a massive mold and pressed under high pressure to form a solid, glossy sink.
How are circuit boards assembled so quickly?
A high-speed robotic arm precisely places electronic components onto the PCB with incredible accuracy.
Can a machine cut hundreds of papers at once?
Yes, this heavy-duty industrial paper cutter slices through thick stacks of paper effortlessly and neatly.
How are metal sheets transformed into everyday spoons?
A powerful stamping machine presses the flat metal cutouts, instantly molding them into a perfect, curved spoon shape.